You know, working with these Lumix lenses, the Panasonic Lumix 1.8 S's, you know, I mean, coming from Leica M glass, like Voigtlander or Leica itself, over to these, yeah, there's obviously a build difference. You know, it's a plastic lens. You know, unlike the 45 millimeter, I think it was a 45 for the Nikon with the actual plastic mount, which, you know, the lens was actually good, but it had a plastic mount. And as much as you take care of your lenses, if you're switching back and forth, you know, metal on plastic, it's going to wear down, it's going to get loose. With these lenses, you know, being weather sealed and the quality, I mean, they're pretty nice. I don't pixel peep. Now, a lot of people ask, what's my line? Where do I draw the line with lenses, and what will I accept and what won't I accept, if you will? I don't like fringing. Like, that is one thing that just drives me crazy. But, you know, I don't notice it that often because I don't shoot in those types of situations very often. And when I do, it does drive me insane. Just recently, I did a shot of my daughter for Beats, Air Beats, you know, the headphones. Anyway, I got fringing, and it just, like, it was, you know, it was well backlit. It was on an airplane, but, you know, I needed this photo. So, you know, I went through the effort of fixing it, and it wouldn't be fixed automatically in Lightroom. So I had to manually fix it, and that drove me crazy. That kind of stuff, like, that's a deal breaker for me for a lens. And, you know, it has to be pretty deep on that level. And out of focus on the sides, not the corners as much, but softness on the sides. I've had two bad lenses in my life. And here's the thing, that, you know, like, you hear somebody say, oh, they have a bad lens, especially, you know, these YouTubers. And it could be a bad copy lens. It could be, you know, a slight change in the curvature. There's so many aspects that could cause this. My first thought on this was the Canon 50 millimeter, the RF 50, I think it's a 1.8, I don't know. But it's their little 50 millimeter that they put out. I hated the lens. I just thought the quality was absolutely horrendous. Now, I could have had a bad copy of it, I don't know. But, you know, I didn't stay with it, so it didn't matter. And I was shooting with the 51.2 at the time. So, you know, apples to oranges, definitely, but I still wanted that small 50, that small walk around. And when I tried it, and I looked at the images, the quality was noticeably bad. And believe me, I'm not picky, as you know. And then I had one 14 millimeter lens from a Nikon, the Nikon F mount. This was back in the day. And it wasn't the corners that were soft, it was like the actual sides. Now, the only reason I got this 14 millimeter is because I used to do large groups of people. And you would see like this blurring all the way to a holy crap, he rubbed Vaseline on the sides of the lens, and it was unusable for me. You know, I would have to step back far enough to make it a 24 millimeter crop, you know, to get it to work correctly. And even then, it was still a little soft. So I hated that lens. And again, it could have been a bad copy. I don't know. But I just literally stopped using it. Anyway, but, you know, as far as, like, I'm shooting on the 45, the Sigma 45 millimeter 2.8, these contemporary eye lenses, which I think are just stunning lenses. They're beautifully built, they're metal. You know, I don't have much experience with Sigma lenses, but, you know, this is my first tour into this, if you will. And I think it's just a beautiful lens. I don't know how it's doing on video, because I'm like literally shooting it for the first time. And, you know, I think I'm going to try the 35, because I don't have a 35 for the SL2-S yet, which will be a mainstay at an event. But, you know, I mean, they're smaller than the Panasonics. They may be a little weightier, I don't know. But but the quality wise, if it's there, it's there. These, the 85 and the 50 are nice lenses, and I didn't pixel peep on them or anything like that, but it wasn't like the Canon 50 where I go, the quality's not there. These, you can see the quality's there. And if I have major fringing or something like that, I'll address that later. Maybe I'll switch out to a Sigma Contemporary if one of these give me that kind of issue. But as of right now, they're just fine. They work very well, and the image quality is beautiful. I love the rendering of the images. It just works. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there. Like I said, the Sigma Contemporaries, visually, build quality and so forth, they look very impressive. The size, the weight, everything on the SL2-S. I'm sure they're just as nice on the Sonys, but that's the kind of lens I look for. And the f2 or the 2.8, that's perfect. I mean, there's just, because I don't thrive off of blurry backgrounds. I thrive off of good images and good subject matter. So anyway, I just wanted to put this out there and give you an update on where I'm going with this SL2-S and the lenses. But the Lumix lenses, the Panasonic Lumix, are very impressive, lightweight. They do a great job. So, but I still want to give the Sigma a shot. And so far, I mean, I like them. And the 35 is going to be the real tell, because it is shorter than this and easily managed on the SL2-S. So I'm hoping I love it. And if not, I'll just go with the 35 on the Lumix. It's that simple. And they're inexpensive. I mean, this is like, wow, these are inexpensive. And the quality you get for this price, I mean, you know how they say, like, every modern lens today is going to give you a great image. And like I said, I could have had a bad copy, but the only modern lens I got that I hated was the Canon little 50, the RF 50. I hated it. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and let's see how this video is, which is the real thing in this. I want to see how the 45 on the SL2-S and a video does. Thanks for watching.